Ladies and gentlemen, I have terrible news. Devastating, bone-crushing, upsetting misery has befallen me. Tried to order pizza in the break, and the pizza place is closed. I know it's late, it's 8:04 p.m. I have food in the house, but they're just ingredients, so I think I might starve to death. So, when we're done with the show, we're going to look for another place that delivers to this location because I don't weigh enough, and I need to. It's not New Year's yet. On New Year's, I'm going to decide to work out and be totally serious about it and Google a gym and then take a break because that was a lot of work for a day. But that's for the future. Right now, I'm allowed to eat unhealthily because I'm going to be Googling all those gyms soon. I don't know if you guys have ever... You're so sweet. Oh my god, you guys are wonderful. You're linking me to 24-hour food delivery sites. Oh, that's so... so... And some people are talking about working out as well. Now, the thing is, there's traditional working out, and traditional working out involves generally weightlifting, something like maybe 45 minutes to an hour in a given day, plus some cardiovascular like running. And the purpose of these sorts of activities is to cause change in your body. And it works on 100% of people. But that's not really the goal for working out for most people. For most people, the goal is to just say that you are working out. So a lot of the activities that my people will do will be to buy a very expensive pair of gym shorts that are like thermocular shorts that keep you warm when it's cold and keep you cold when it's hot and keep you aerated in the still environment like outer space or something. A lot of that. I'll buy special ankle socks for running and great running shoes. And you know what's also good to invest in? Something like arch supports. And so what a lot of my people will do is talk about how important the arch supports are for your knees. Now, I've never run in them, but they're very important for that. Sometimes knowing a good stretch is good because when you go to the gym, you want to be able to do that stretch for 15 to 20 minutes on either side of the workout. Because once you've done that, you get to tell people you worked out for 40 minutes longer than you actually did. Oftentimes the warm-up button on a treadmill, very good for that as well. What are some other things that we do? I'll eat a salad. I won't really eat a salad and then stop. I sort of leave that off. Normally I'll eat a salad and then I'll eat something like a deep-fried corn dog twice with mayonnaise. And then people say, what'd you eat today? Like, well, I had a salad for lunch with light dressing. I went to the gym for 3 hours today. Yeah. I mean, that including the drive there and back. Health. Sparkles loves salads? What? That's a bold-faced lie. Wow, next Sparkle's gonna be like, oh yeah, and men don't pee in the shower. Come on, Sparkles. You like salad? You don't eat a salad. You just kind of fold leaves in your mouth till you decide to swallow out of boredom. I guess I've had enough of that grainy texture in my mouth. Come on. What are we talking about? Oh, salads are so delicious. Alright, now, we always have one of these games in the show. We got a guy named Nazari. We got Hyper Dragoon with the good luck, have fun. GG, says Nazari. Already calling prematurely. This soon, inquires Hyper Dragoon, amazingly using punctuation. Nazari, Seems to have a read on his opponent. You gon' get no. Oh no! Oh, we don't like you, Nazari. No, you're not allowed to talk. Come on. All right, Hyper Dragoon, a little taken aback. All right. Sounds fine, I guess. He's moving forward. For me, okay, Nazari, look. If you're gonna wanna talk the trash, you're allowed to be clever. But there's a certain breed of human who gets on the internet, someone whose parents must have been like, you are never allowed to curse. And then they have a bad day and they're walking home from school and they're like, shit. And then they don't get grounded because there was no one there. And they go, oh, the power trip. Oh, yeah. And they just get to say naughty words. And it's like, I'm going to fucking kill you, newbie. And they just, the endorphins flooding their body. Nazari, this nerd. In the meantime, Hyper Dragoon. Nazari is trying way hard to be a tough, scuffling badass. Filled with endorphins, and Hyper Dragoon is attacking with 4 probes. And he's killed off a depot. One of these players is here to have a good time. One of these players does not know how to have a nice time. Ever. More like Nerdzari. But Hyper Dragoon gets it. He's going to go ahead and harass with these probes. In it comes. Here it happens. Oh! How much damage has he dealt thus far? He's killed off nothing. I'm going to turn on health bars for this critical moment in time. Now, an important thing, when going for this kind of aggressive probe play, you build up a lot of chrono boost. Hyper Dragoon's really on point with the timing of that. No casualties of war yet, but it looks like some damage is being dealt. Boom! Got one. 11 to 12. Fairly even. Can he tie things up? Hyper Dragoon, microing as best he can. He's going to get another one. He's going to slip away. Nazari, our crude, rude, unclever dude, has plummeted down to 12 workers with his opponent at 14. He has built not yet an orbital command because he can't afford it. Oh yeah, Hyper Dragoon has clearly optimized this play, sees the Marine, and heads home with the worker lead. Oh, Nazari. Still broke, can't afford himself the orbital command. We see our hero. Your mother should have swallowed you instead, says Nazari. I'm very mad and I know how sex works. I'm gonna just tell you. This isn't even a multiplayer team game. There's no one who can even exist in the game to go like, oh shit, tell him, Nazari. He's just typing this in a room with blue monitor light on his face. And he's just like, okay, well there. Well, maybe if you weren't so fucking bad, I'm gonna use F word power, endorphins flooding my brain. Nazari is off the hook. Haha, says Hyper Dragoon. Thanks. He doesn't. He's just doing functional comments like, "Oh yes, of course, yes, lovely weather we're having." Hyper Dragoon has just gone rush with 4 probes into fast Nexus. Talk about bold. Talk about a manly mustache wearing kind of man, Hyper Dragoon. With sinewy, corded forearms of ripped muscle. Hyper Dragoon rushes with the things that collect money so he can, as quickly as possible, take an expansion, which costs a lot of money. Hyper Dragoon. Now, Nazari, who's been put in an awkward situation, I think is smart to save up money to early expand. But keep in mind, this is a guy who knows things. He's already demonstrated how clever. He's already demonstrated how clever he can be. His verbal genius extends to build orders as well. If he uses 4 workers, he's going to be low on economy, so I'm going to sacrifice my economy. And here it comes. Let's see how it works out for him. A bold play. Meantime, Hybrid Dragoon constructing an absolutely brilliant plan. Getting ready to go assimilator. Ooh, I love it. Forge is down. Few things say early expand like a photon cannon. Hybrid Dragoon senses the rush incoming, has to avoid it. And with the bold look of a man who's seen horrors and come out a better man, Hyper Dragoon simply defends his front. He's chrono-boosting probes. He knows that economy is the way to win. He's held 1 watchtower. He'll hold a 2nd. Well, if you want to rush me with workers, I'm going to rush you with workers because you're bad. And it looks like Hyper Dragoon has an opponent of sorts ready to lash out against him. A perfect worker distribution by Hyper Dragoon, even rallying in to the weakened assimilators. And suddenly the moment happens. The rush, sniping SCVs down 2 shots at a time, but no, they're on auto repair because Nazari has a right-click button. Probes being pulled off by Hyper Dragoon. He has to stay alive. He's going to micro his probes as best he can. He's going to even pull them back. At times, when he's eliminated all of his enemy's workers, he's killed off 13, but he's lost 9 himself. Right now, it's 6 workers versus 25, but don't forget, mules exist and are a brutal truth, a brutal reality that all Protosses must learn to love. With much kiting and micro, and continued rally of Marines, 4 at a time. A, 1A, 1A, 1A. Nothing's being mined, no money's being collected, but we are seeing some sexy and stunning micromanagement from Hyper Dragoon as he pulls back the weakened probes, losing a couple in the process, but still making probes. Look at how brave he is. Making Dust Prober. It's 5 kills on this Dragoon, 12 on this one. Interesting fact, there's not even Dragoons in this game, but old habits die hard. Yet another Dragoon's coming up. Uh-oh, Warp Gate is en route. And it almost doesn't even make sense to be showing this game in this episode. But just you wait. With 3 heroic Stalkers. Oh, one's dead, but our 15 kill and 10 kill Stalker have gone down. Units lost tab. 46 have died. 29 have gone down. And guess what? 25 of those 29 were probes. Quel boss. And Hyper Dragoon, in the state of defense-only mode, he says, oh wait, I gotta make sure I satisfy the Funday Monday challenge. Look at this dedication. Dedication to having fun. Rushing with 4 probes, being about to lose to a guy who's kind of a twat. In the midst of said crisis, Hyper Dragoon still tries to get the double Stargate up. And thusly, Hyper Dragoon, you honorable, honorable man. You kind and cunning and generous and genuine and humble human who believes in the good of all the people. He will kindly chrono boost out an Oracle at some point. Oh, well, okay. Good enough for me. All right. A man after my own heart. He leaves without a GG. Well, I know how to show him. I know what etiquette is, and I'm not going to do it. You don't control me. I'm 15. I figured that we would wrap up with a game that doesn't make any sense. I guess it's a fail game, I suppose, allegedly. I think. The fact of the matter is, it's the sort of thing that always warms my heart when someone is not even being cleverly rude, just being downright rude, and getting punished for it. Punished by someone who believes in the good of the Monday. On the enemy team, we got Bushmaster, Uncle Fester, and Shrek Daddy. Couple names that the HR department will complain if you use them in certain circumstances. We have Clever, the Nemcabio, and Glashin. No doubt, played by Sean Connery. First and foremost, we got a triple Protoss up on the north side of things, and uh-oh, Uncle Fester is going to be going for a proxy gate. We see Sir Bushmaster going for a 6 pool, and what cheesiness is going on? Shrek Daddy is doing a wall off that won't actually wall off. Shrek Daddy, very nearly is walled in. Very nearly walled in. Yes, Shrek Daddy. This is like a submarine that when I sell it to you, I assure you that it's very nearly watertight. Don't worry, just buy the submarine, man. It's a good investment. Look at the aesthetics. Alright, so Uncle Fester is going to go ahead and go for a cybernetics core. He's doing a proxy 4-gate, it looks like. You know, in many, many ways. So Bushmaster is moving out. He has 6 pooled and taken the watchtower. Okay. 6 pooled to the watchtower. This is one of those things where this guy's on your team. You should just be, stop feeding. Like, I don't even know what the right insult is here. Hashtag meta, yes. What if we... Oh, 6 pool. Steals not 1 but 2 watchtowers. In the meantime, Uncle Fester is getting that 4-gate rush going. And don't worry, Clever's going oracles, Cabio's going oracles, and Glashin is going oracles. Alright, it's the Wood League. Coming on up. So good. They're guarding that watchtower. Uh-oh. The probe spots it. Better expand to the gold. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this game up a little bit because right now we understand what's happening. Shrek Daddy getting himself up all the barracks units. He's going to bring both of them, it looks like, up to the battlegrounds. 7 Marines, 2 Marauders, 8 Marines, 2 Marauders. Ooh. Uncle Fester. Easily massing upwards of 14 Protoss units. On the enemy team, we got 1 Oracle, 2 Oracle, 3 Oracle. First time with Oracle, says Glashin. And... he kills off a couple of units. Glashin losing everything. But wait. Cabio. He's going to turn on and shoot for a little bit and deal more than enough damage. Oh, also it looks like he's done some work over at the Terran base. Okay, cool. Excellent. This is my kind of game. Sort of game that begins with players going oracles and ends with them forgetting that they built oracles, and I'll just let you know that these are going to be here for about 15 minutes. So the top left is going to die. Completely, totally, horribly, and utterly in every which way. But Glashin's got the gold, so Glashin still got game. Glashin moving in. Clever moving. Too bad I can't lift off like T. Clever, carefully repositioning, rearranging. Oracling. How long will he oracle? We just don't know. But sometimes it's worth it to spend energy to kill off Lings, a desperation statement. Cabio was not quite expecting to be attacked right now. But that said, he actually does have oracles with a lot of energy. There's only 3 things that shoot up here, because these Marines don't actually count as anti-air units when there's oracles. See what I mean? And God, that does damage fast. How fast is it? 15 regular? It's like 1 billion DPS. But 1 billion is not enough at this point in time, so we're going to see the North player lose absolutely frickin' everything. Glacian rebuilds. Clever. Cannon Oracle. We saw it used in part 1. Oh, Cabio split. How'd we do? This is Glacian. Cabio! Alright. All the money's been dumped right into Clever's bank and into Glacian's bank. Cabio had a lot of funds. So Clever's going to try to micro as best he can. Trying to hold on. Will the Zerglings hold? And no. The commitment is a little bit understated by our blue team at this point in time. The 4-gate's still going on. Will likely be going on for the remainder of the game. Bushmaster is getting Hydraless against Oracles. What an error. Quel error. Shrek Daddy's going to go ahead and free some supply up. In the meantime, Clever. Demonstrating why the Oracle speed buff was needed. Man, the Oracle is like so fast. This is amazing. So in the meantime, continuing to mass Oracles. Getting some gateways. I think I saw what I just saw. I just want to go ahead and double check. Alright, that's right. 5 gateways goes down. But then Glacian realizes he's probably going to be spotted. Cancels everything but one. And then... let me make sure I see what I saw. Let me actually go to the Glacian cam. In the Glacian cam... wait, let me hit the B button. Let me hit the B button. Let me go to his camera. Let me just double check. Is that okay? Let me just see what happens. So he's chrono boosting. He looks around. And then he why are we looking there? What you looking at, Glacian? Well, what's that about? Could have been a change of plans, but what were we looking at there? Now, I'm not necessarily saying that Glacian was using some sort of potential vision enhancement tool, but I would state that if he is, that's hilarious. Struggling to go mass Oracle in 3v3s, need that extra edge? All you have to do is sell your soul a little bit. Oh, Clever's gonna show up, help him out. But he wishes he had some gateways right now. Cabio's Oracles are gonna stay there, I think, the whole game. And at this point, Glacian lets him die. Doom doo 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 doom doo 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 doom. There it goes. I think right now Glacian has nothing. It's just Clever. Resources for you. And just in case, oh yeah, Glacian kept 700 for himself. He couldn't quite let the last little bit of funds go. But now we have our friend Clever with all the monies in the world. Gonna use all the Oracles in the world to be against 3 players who reside somewhere in the world. Oracles strong against Hydras, Queens, Marines, and Buildings. Until they get very, very tired. The Covert Muffin style Oracles always want to take them breaks. So Glacian runs out of all his forces. No big deal. He could control these ones from Cabio. I don't know who actually gets to control these. Oh, wait. Do you get control over the dead? Do you get to control your allies' dead units? I know you get their How does... You do, right? You do? No, do you not? How does that work? You should. Yeah, you do. Of course you do. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, you can control the dead. The necromancer, clever, has no idea the powers that are within him. Also clever is rather conservative with his funds. Were I in his shoes, I would get like 8 subscriptions to Netflix and just be that baller. Hey, can I borrow your account? Dude, just have this one. You can get your own recommendations. Don't pollute my top 10. I once let a parent use my Netflix. That was really bad. Because you know what it was like? It's like top 10 picks for Sean. Spartacus, Blood and Sand. Sin City. Mr. Vegetable learns to drive the train. And I'm like, what? What did Mr. Vegetable do? SpongeBob SquarePants Season 10. I'm like, that's... I hope this child doesn't misclick on some of these recommendations. Ugh. Parent watching child movies. There's like some children's series called like VeggieTown. Is that right? Is that what it's called? Like VeggieTown? Ugh. It's pretty awesome. Is it called Vegetable Town? I'm like only reading the chat right now. I'm pretty sure it's called Vegetable Town or something. Veggie Tales. Oh, that's right. Vegetable Town. And Shrek Daddy wonders why Bomber builds Marines all of a sudden. God, Veggie Tale. Oh my god. You know, this is the sort of thing that I think could compel someone to rethink their strategy when they're like, alright, I'm just gonna take these rocks out and rethink my career as a PC gamer. Oh my god, someone just got the correct answer in Jeopardy behind my green screen. Oh, that's so good. Alright, now Clever is going to use some of his 10,000 resources to do a counterattack with Zealot. Surprise! Found your gateways. Battling ensues. Do-do-do-do-do. Zealot leg speed is done so they can run headlong into these buildings faster. And what happens when you have 3 half players who've been battered and beaten down, who hardly have resources, money, funds, against one superhuman who's unwilling to spend any money of his own while expanding? Kind of an unnecessary expansion. Seems pretty good. It's like getting a house in South France but no passport to be able to travel. I have a little bit of difficulty understanding it. Clever knows he's got funds, though. He's more than happy to throw down a frivolous photon overcharge. So, Team Blue has switched to Viking Phoenix Mutalisk. Uh-oh. There's 4 Voidroids, 10 Voidroids. Voidroids. The Protoss juice that will make you strong. Voidroids. Seriously get ripped using powers from the Nether and Taro Adun, bro. We got the Oracle count being pretty high and not a lot else. Shrek Daddy is going to quickly get these. Oh, that was so clutch. He lifted at just the right seconds, but Clever is going to mass up not enough stalkers to spend his funds, but enough to just keep his oracles relevant. They're going to go ahead and turn on their photon blaster beams and then halt. A Mutalisk Phoenix Viking army. Redundant and terrifying. Here come the oracles for some reason. A devastating blow, a voluntary one, that Clever has decided to take upon himself. Trading every unit that he can, plummeting down to 88 supply. Ordinarily, he would be remaxed again, but his gateways are idle because he's preoccupied. Clever. Moving across the map. Try to devote his life to the study, the ancient ways, the mass oracling. He wants to doubly, triply, and quadruply satisfy Funday Monday, but sometimes you just gotta get 6 gateways. Just ask MC. Down it goes, Bushmaster, losing everything. Stalkers continuing to be built. And what will happen when Clever gets to repower these stargates? Does anyone know? Is Blink done and hasn't even begun researching? Because a landed Viking, or soon-to-be landed Viking Mutilus Phoenix army is trapped in the corner. So this game is a little bit silly. Shrek Daddy's microing those Vikings as though they are his last units. He has yet to really restabilize in his economy. Uh-oh, the 6-pool Zerglings have finally come into play. Income is fairly low for everyone across the board. Shrek Daddy. Metagaming. Man, the ghost of laziness just wants me to X8 this game. But I would never do that to you. We are only going to ×4 our way through this epic opening. So the thing that's a little bit problematic for our friend Clever is that he's spent almost half of his dollars, but basically only has stalkers. Should Shrek Daddy repair in time? He would be able to keep it possibly. But with Phoenix Mutalisk Viking, he can lift the stalkers and shoot them with the Vikings somehow, amazingly. Still not that far ahead in supply. The ending is nearing. It could be danger time. Shrek Daddy has rebuilt a non-Viking army. Not going to really have a lot of synergy with those Phoenixes. Didn't think about Phoenix Viking, did ya? Well, Team Blue did. Clever's going to go ahead and attack these cannons that are defending the nexuses that don't have minerals next to them. Continuing to try to kite and micro every which way he can. Almost every probe that he owns in this sweet green world is here. And here as well. And some are over here, and also we'll soon have some over here too. It seems that the Phoenix, Void Ray, Muta, Viking, Zergling combination is going to have to bring him to victory. This is like a very unusual Captain Planet. Some very weirdly selected powers being combined here. Is it the right choice? You know, I think blinking on top of tanks has revealed itself a couple of times over the years as always being tempting and never being worth it. Uh-oh, we have ventral sacks coming. Oh, dude, he can transport this Zergling. Here it comes. Shrek Daddy's found a place to expand. Oh! Got him! Alright. Zealot Stalker en masse. He's lifting the Stalkers, but he has to retreat. A tragic mishap in the life of our Protoss player. This game was longer than I remember. Wow. Guys are going to get through this. You and me together. I'm not sure if Clever can do it. I'm not going to call an early GG because I've been to Reddit and I see what that does to your career. You would think that he would never call an early GG. I can't believe the casters hype games when they're over. They should call an early GG. For any of you who don't know what that sound effect is, that's from when you died in the old GoldenEye. Oh god, I got most cowardly again. I don't even know what triggers that. Boodum, doodum, 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 doodum. Doodum, doodum, doodum. Shrek Daddy gets revealed. He did it, okay? And he had oracles for a while. Do you believe me? Well, apparently the blue team doesn't believe. The blue team's hanging in there. Uncle Fester's out. Shrek Daddy's out. Which means that Bushmaster is the only one who needs to be convinced to stay in this game. Alright. Zerglings are going to hatch. It's not going to do that much good. Bushmaster has a lot of faith in this island. Let's see what it'll do for him. Nothing's being produced yet. It's not to say that things won't be produced. Oh, Shrek Daddy. His corpse is having a little bit of pain. Oh! He left. Alright, well that game just happened. The game's over. Alright, now listen, look. I have to find pizza immediately. And while the pizza's going on, I gotta hop on because we're doing a little beta play testing this evening for Dead Project Atlas. So I gotta show up there and roll, nerds. That's what I'm talking about. So guys, go get a Nintendo 64, get GoldenEye, and play License to Kill Pistols in the archives. And anytime one of your allies, enemies dies, go to the long hallway and shoot the crate until it explodes, and oftentimes they will spawn and die. The Ghost of Laziness informs me that shows don't actually have to have endings, they just have to stop. No Funday Monday next week. I'm on Christmas break. That's the wrong overlay.